Hey everybody, how you doing? Hope y'all doing great today. This video here is going to be a little bit different. This one here is one from ColeMize. It's a guy that I've been subscribed to for about as long as I can remember. Taught me lots and lots of stuff. Like, I've learned a lot watching his channel. It's mostly for vocalists and typically very pointed towards hip hop and rapping, but all of his methods do apply to all genres. I do recommend checking them out. Like, seriously, if you're trying to get into music and there's something that just sounds a little bit off on you, check through his videos. He may have something that might point you in the right direction. We might even get lucky with this video being that. I don't want no closed caption.
No.
Here we go.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has...
If you're new to rapping, then consider this your first official...
Cole just come straight in on that. That's cold though right there, yo.
If you're new to rapping, then consider this your first...
His camera's not doing so good. He must have some bad internet that day. Usually you see a real cool view of a video game back here. It's really nice, man. He's got a very... Cole, you got a new mic? Hold up, looks like he got a new microphone. Nice, bro.
First official rap lesson. What you're about to learn is not only going to demystify how rapping really works, but it's also going to reveal the most important skills that you need to be focusing on developing right now to make your raps truly impressive. My name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 9 years. Now, let's get straight to it. When most people begin rapping, they tend to focus on...
Pausing for just a second. Like, for real, y'all check out some of his videos. They really do help. And, like... Okay, I lost
writing lyrics first, because when they listen to their favorite rap songs, the rapper's lyrics is typically what resonates and connects with them the most. They understand language and rhymes, and so when they're trying to learn how to rap, they tend to focus on writing lyrics first. Then they try to rap those lyrics over an instrumental, and then they suddenly realize those lyrics don't sound so good for some reason. And this is because they've only been focusing on developing half of their rap skills. You see, you can think of rap as an acronym, RAP, rhythm and poetry. And it's the rhythm that's the musical side of rapping that drives the lyrics and makes the...
Did y'all actually know that? Y'all put that in the comments. I look at the microphone like I'm talking to y'all. Even though I know y'all are over there, but I'm talking this way, it makes me feel like that y'all are right there. And I want it to feel like I'm actually talking to y'all because, yeah. This is just what happens when you put a ghetto person that made it up in it. Yeah. Hi.
Lyrics sound so awesome over an instrumental. So as you continue writing lyrics, you need to put a significant amount of focus into the musical side of rapping, which we're about to get into right now. First, let's define a few very important words that you need to understand as a rapper. The first one is bar. A bar is a musical measurement of distance. Just like in the physical world, we use miles or kilometers to measure distance. And by using bars as a measurement, it makes it easier to communicate the length of something musical. For an example, instead of me saying, hey, I need you to write a verse for me that's 1 minute and 13 seconds, I can say, hey, I need you to write me a 16-bar verse. And just like a mile or a...
Hey, Cole, you know the odd thing on that one right there is I would rather you tell me how long it is, not bars. That's so weird, dude. I still can't accurately even count those out like the right way, even with the bar sheets. Oh, y'all, hey, He's got a newsletter he'll talk about later on. Y'all should sign up for. It is free. I'm signed up personally to it. I am signed up to it. He hardly ever sends anything out. He does not spam you. No cap. If you get something once a month from him, then that's him spamming. Because he for real, like once every couple months he sends something out. Like he doesn't spam it. And clearly doesn't give your stuff away. So it's safe. And of course, if you don't trust that too, but still want to check it out, just go get a burner email.
Kilometer in the real world, a bar is typically always the same length. However, what does change is the speed that we travel across these bars. If you drive a mile on a lawnmower, the distance will feel so much longer compared to you using a sports car, and this is due to the difference in speed known as miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And in music, this is called tempo or BPM, which stands for beats per minute. And a beat is a quarter of a bar. So just like in the real world, we can divide a mile or a kilometer into 4.
It might have been YouTube because it's pretty clear now.
Or even pieces known as quarters. We also divide bars into quarters known as beats. So there's 4 beats per bar, and typically the kick drum lands on the first and third beat, and the snare drum typically lands on the second and fourth beat. So when you hear someone use the term rapping on beat, it means landing words or syllables on top of these beats. But we don't always rap.
Man, I don't mean to cut him off so much because he does. But I just want y'all to know, like, how much he's worth going to check out. Because, like, see how much he understands about not just writing lyrics, but writing songs in general. Knowing where the arrangement, if you know that word, music with that word, whoo, yeah.
It lands on the second and fourth beat. So when you hear someone use the term rapping on beat, it means landing words or syllables on top of these beats. But we don't always rap on top of every single beat. And we don't only place words on these beats. We also place words in between these beats. But how can you know where they should be placed in between the beats? You can think of there being beats within beats, or as I like to call them, sub beats. You see, making something musical is all about using division, and every single syllable you ever will rap will be some type of rhythmic music note. And there's different types of rhythmic music notes which get their names based off of their division of a bar. For example, if I were to fill in each beat with one note, these would be called quarter notes because they each take up 1/4 of a bar. And practicing filling in these quarter notes is a great place to start developing your rhythm as a rapper. And this exercise is known as the 4 count. Now let's try to do these together real quick. Just say the number of each beat. So 1.
Oh God. Everybody remember this when you first started out? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oh my gosh. Getting to work. Oh wow.
4 count. Now let's try to do these together real quick. Just say the number of each beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll fill in one bar and then you'll fill in one bar after me. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's divide each quarter into halves. Now we have 2 notes per beat, which means there's now a note in between each beat. You can think of this as being a half beat. And this is one of those places you could put a syllable in between beats and it would sound great. As you can see, my bar is now divided into 8 even sections, which are why these rhythmic music notes are called.
On this newsletter thingy, you get these bar sheets. It does not quite look like this unless he's updated them. And hey, if you did, let me know, because that is crazy cool looking compared to what the other one was. But it's laid out like this right here. It's freaking awesome. If you could get used to it, yeah. you'll want to start writing your music on that rather than your notepad anymore.
Eighth notes. Now let's try to do these together real quick by saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is known as the 8 count. I'll fill in 1 bar with eighth notes, and then you fill in 1 bar after me with eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Now let's divide each eighth note into halves, which give us 4 rhythmic music notes per beat. This gives you 3 more places to put your syllables in between each beat, and it will sound great. As you can see, my bar is now divided into 16 even sections, which are why these rhythmic music notes are called 16th notes. These are some of the most common rhythmic music notes that rappers use. And since we can fit 4 16th notes within each beat, you could think of there being 4 beats within each beat, which I like to call sub beats. Now let's try to do these together really quick by saying 1 you better, 2 you better, 3 you better, 4 you better. This is known as the 16th count. Now I'm going to fill in 1 bar with 16th notes, and then you fill in the bar after me with 16th notes. Let's get it. 1 you better, 2 you better, 3 you better, 4 you better.
1 you better, 2 you better, 3 you better, 4 you better.
1 you better, 2 you better, 3 you better, 4 you better.
1 you better, 2 you better, 3 you better, 4 you better.
Now when you're learning to rap, learning the 4, 8, and 16th count is a great place to start. But once you nail these down, it's time to advance to learning something known as cadences. A cadence is the use of a combination of different rhythmic music notes and pauses to create interesting musical patterns which drive our lyrics and make them sound awesome. You can think of these as like the dance moves of a rapper. The more cadences you learn, the more versatile and dynamic your rap flow will be. And the way that rappers audition endless variations of cadences is by something known as scatting. Scatting is when we use random sounds with our mouth to rap cadences that we already know. And by not using real words, we're unrestricted. We are 100% free to just...
Something I found out, everybody, Cole, if you're watching this, I found this out too. I went and I looked up some studio. I basically got told F you for the files. But dude actually had the studio sessions of Michael Jackson. The raw vocals. He scattered. He did. Half the music in his tracks and stuff was him. Was him beatboxing, hitting the floor, the snapping, the it was all part of like him being in the bass line and stuff, man. So the scatting that you're talking about and stuff is like so true, like so deep that people don't realize. So for everybody, this is like everybody, like it means more than what you realize. Even Michael Jackson did it. Here's the thing about Michael Jackson is he left it in his songs. Man. Studio sessions of Michael Jackson. You'll find like clips of it. Y'all might like that.
Dynamic your rap flow will be. And the way that rappers audition endless variations of cadences is by something known as scatting. Scatting is when we use random sounds with our mouth to rap cadences that we already know. And by not using real words, we're unrestricted. We are 100% free to just be a musical instrument, just like how guitars and drums don't have any real words that go with them either. In this example, the cadence I came up with for bar 1 has a pause for the first half of beat 1, then I fill the rest of this beat in with 2 16th notes.
You get me with those, man.
On the second beat, I use an 8th note followed by 2 16th notes, and then I fill beat 3 in with 16th notes and pause on the 4th beat. On the second bar, I fill in beats 1, 2, and 3 with straight 16th notes, and then I pause on the 4th beat. And here's how that sounds.
How does the best basketball player of all time make more money in his retirement than when he was playing basketball? Let me tell you,
Endorsements?
it's not what you think. It's because he makes a special kind of money now called royalties. My name is Christian Mickelson, and I help everyday people increase their income online. And I have to say, we're pretty darn good at it. My company is called publishing.com,
Homie,
and we were
your
just
shit is
named the
common
19th
sense.
fastest growing company in America right now.
Let's get it
I
cold.
don't grab some elaboration. Most upon the break it to your back of taking. Now, when we're writing lyrics, we're also typically
See how that
scatting
did-
at the same
listen.
time. Now, when elaboration. I don't brag some elaboration. Most upon the break it to your back of taking. Now, when
He
we're
makes that
writing
sound
lyrics,
easier than it is.
we're also typically scatting at the same time to come up with cadences that we can potentially use with our lyrics. And then we'll make any necessary adjustments between the lyrics and also the cadences to make them work perfectly together. This is
I'm
what I like
already-
to
I'm
refer
working
to
with
as the
pitches, too.
engineering or problem-solving part of being a rapper. And it's
Yep.
such a big part of what we do behind the scenes. And when you're doing this, you
Don't forget to turn your microphone on. I've done that so many times. Press that button.
don't always have to use the same sounds that you used in your scat for your lyrics. In this example, I was able to match the cadence perfectly, but I kept very few sounds from my original scat. Let's check out the before and after of how this sounds.
Yeah, please don't make me do that.
I don't brag some elaboration. Most upon the break it to your back of taking. I don't wait, I just get to moving. Working every single day, always improving. And while we're on the topic of lyrics, it's important to structure your lyrics in a way that reflects how they're structured musically. Most beginner rappers will just group all their lyrics together into one giant paragraph. Now, you don't need to have crazy specific graphs like you're seeing me use right now to teach this lesson. But I do recommend treating every line of your lyrics as if it's a bar. This simply means that the first thing that's at the beginning of every line should be what's actually landing on the first beat of that bar. This means that sometimes a multi-syllable word may be split
He showed
between
y'all.
the
I was gonna
ending
show
of
y'all.
one bar
Never
and the
mind.
beginning of another. Also, you won't always be rapping at the beginning of every bar. In these cases, make a notation of B within parentheses to signify that you're taking a break or breath on the first beat. I also like to create a break every 4 bars just to make it easier on the eyes to navigate throughout my lyrics. Also,
If y'all can't do the beat thing, don't beat yourselves up. Yeah, no pun intended on all the sounds. I've tried that. I cannot do it. If I plan my breaths, it seems like I just screw up, and I end up having to just go back and just re-rap everything and just let it come out more natural. Cause I can't stand punching in. It doesn't sound right.
in the beginning of another. Also, you won't always be rapping at the beginning of every bar. In these cases, make a notation of B within parentheses to signify that you're taking a break or breath on the first beat. I also like to create a break every 4 bars just to make it easier on the eyes to navigate throughout my lyrics. Also, structuring your lyrics like this makes it easier to remember the timing of your rap flow, and it helps a lot with figuring out solutions to problems that you will naturally encounter while writing your lyrics. One more added benefit is this will also help you keep track of where you're placing your rhymes. Speaking of rhymes, there's 2 main types of rhymes in rap. That's internal rhymes and rhyme schemes. A rhyme scheme
This
is when you
video's
rhyme relatively in the same
He's touching small on a lot of stuff. That's really good, y'all.
rhymes.
Nice.
There's 2 main types of rhymes in rap. That's internal rhymes and rhyme schemes. A rhyme scheme is when you rhyme relatively in the same place for at least 2 bars. And the internal rhyme is when you rhyme within a bar, but it doesn't carry over to another bar. Now, the key to making your rap sound ultra catchy is all about creating patterns. Patterns add uniformity and predictability to what you're doing so the listener can make sense of it and follow along to it. And without there being strong patterns,
Lil
your
Jon
raps
figured
will
it out with
sound
one word.
random and chaotic. And in rap, we typically create 3 layers of patterns that make our rap sound ultra catchy. And the first pattern is our cadence patterns. Notice how on my previous 2-bar cadence that I paused on the 4th beat of each bar. I also filled in half of beat 2 and all of beat 3 with 16th notes. This is what gave these bars a solid pattern. But on bar 1, beat 1, I paused for half a beat, and on bar 2, I filled it in with 16th notes. On beat 2 of bar 1, I used an 8th note, and on bar 2, I used 2 16th notes. So while there are parts of my bars that are exactly the same, there's also parts that are slightly different. So when you're creating patterns with your cadences, the whole bar doesn't have to be exactly the same for it to still feel.
I don't know if he's going to say this, but I want to say this. This stuff right here might seem like it's pointless and like super overwhelming, but it's not as much as you think. You actually do it a little more already than you actually think that you really single do. Already, yeah, you get it. But those pauses in there is what he's doing. See right there, I'm on a key note of a metronome. See, like, people don't get stuff like that. The rhyme scheme, the reason, like, he's trying to explain the reason to write this way is this is how you have to do things to keep people interested in the song. Kind of falls under one of those rules that, not really a rule, but something most people do. About every 4 bars, pretty much on average, switch topics. At least in a slight manner. 8 bars maybe, but every 4 bars then change your cadence, something like that.
Exactly the same. There's also parts that are slightly different.
Like
so when you're creating patterns with your cadences, the whole bar doesn't have to be exactly the same for it to still feel like a repeating cadence pattern. Now let's listen back and focus just on that. I don't wait, I just get to moving. Working every single day, always improving. And the second pattern that we create.
Oh, I will say this too. He can rap better than that, y'all. He's just, I don't know, he's just talking. Like, I've heard him actually rap better than that.
Working every single day, always improving.
Yeah.
And the second pattern that we create is our rhyme scheme pattern. Notice how I'm rhyming on the second half of beat 3 on both bars with moving and proving. And I also have a more subtle rhyme scheme pattern happening on beat 2 of bar 1 with wait, and on beat 2 of bar 2 with.
I talked to Cole about this right here. Because I had issues on putting the syllables inside these slots. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but like sometimes I get to talking way too fast, so like, and then like music, man, it's just gonna sound conceited, but screw it. I feel like I probably one of the fastest rappers around. And I couldn't figure out how to do that. Just in a normal song. It just never felt right. What I did was same method, but put the word. I put a whole word in there instead of syllables. But then I still quit using it because, like, it was getting well, just really inconvenient, man. I got like these big notebooks, like one of them, like this gigantic one here already, you know. And you got like a million thingies of stuff, and then all the papers that you're like, yeah, I got some stuff, but and you don't ever put it in the notebook. Everybody knows that one right there, like that stuff. Yeah. Should record those, huh?
Day, and on beat 3 with ways. This rhyme scheme isn't as noticeable because these are neighboring rhymes, which means they don't land on the same exact spot And there are also different lengths. Weight
But they
is an
make
eighth
it-
note, and day and
flow,
ways are
though.
16th notes. You must be mindful of where you're placing your rhymes on each bar to ensure you're creating strong rhyme scheme patterns for the listener to follow along to, while you're also giving yourself the flexibility to move rhymes around a bit to give them dynamics, just like I did with my cadence. Now keep all of that in
Facts.
mind, and let's listen back and focus on that.
You heard him right, focused in at one point.
I don't wait, I just get to moving. Working every single day, always improving. And the third pattern that we create with our raps are delivery patterns. And by delivery, I mean the tone and the emotions that you're rapping your lyrics with. Delivery is the acting
I'm gonna cloud on him a little bit.
part of
You ain't had no emotions, anything you done yet. So put some in it, baby. Come on.
being a rapper. Notice on my 2 bars how I have a really relaxing sounding tone overall, but I go up in tone on my
he was
end
already
rhymes of
doing
each
it.
bar on the words moving and proving. End
Touche.
rhymes just mean it's the rhyme scheme we've created which typically lands on the end of the bar. This is typically the first rhyme scheme that we establish, and then if we
I
wish
think I
to
need
push
some new
things further,
headphones.
we'll create more internal rhymes and rhyme schemes around it. And rhymes are a great place to add a little bit more energy to your vocals because it causes your rhymes to really shine and pop out a bit from the rest of your lyrics, giving it like a 3D type of effect. Now let's listen back and just focus on that. I don't wait, I just get to moving. Working every single day, always improving.
Okay,
And when you're creating a
punches.
scheme out of your patterns, meaning that your patterns repeat for at least another bar, try to keep these patterns going for an even number of bars, because if it's an odd number, such as 3, 5, or 7, it's likely going to feel incomplete and less satisfying. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into each topic that I covered today, check the video description below to links to my free rap course here on YouTube called 5 Minutes to a Better Rap Flow, my 3-part series called The Science Behind Rhyming, and my videos on how to quickly structure your rap lyrics and also how to find your rap voice. Again, my name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, where I strive to make you a better rapper now. And before you go, make sure you grab your free bundle of goodies, which includes my ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, bar sheets, which will help you structure your rap lyrics, 6 practice instrumentals, and a catalog of my favorite studio gear recommendations. And subscribe to this channel for more straight to the point, no BS, how to rap video tutorials just like this one. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace.
Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh,
Greatest
don't
outro
forget
ever,
the
baby.
bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yeah.
Time to crush your doubts and prove that permanent dental implants aren't just strong, but they're also affordable. But oftentimes people believe that getting
All right. Guess it. Road to the next video. That was a good one, Cole. That was a good one. That was a good one. Hey, y'all, there's a couple more, like, if you like that following him behind him, for real, he's got some that's a little bit longer, and some of them, he's got 2, 3 videos, and I remember one of them being, like, insanely hard, because he kept jumping the cadence, like, throwing off a 16th note. What I mean, or I said that wrong. Like, singing off note and then coming back on note. And dude, it's just hard. It was complex. I think I even told you that in the comments. Hey, and if y'all can't get it right off the jump and y'all do try this stuff, y'all don't be ashamed. But I don't think anybody be like that for real that's into doing music, because, I mean, we putting ourselves behind a microphone and throwing our voice at everybody anyway, so we obviously ain't embarrassed of being stupid or showing how stupid we be, because it's who we are anyway. If you met us, then this is what you're gonna get. You know? Don't want you expecting something else. Be like Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I haven't set up the mute button yet. So sorry for that. But there, yeah. In the description, y'all, please go check him out. Drop a comment, like over there. You know, like I've been saying in most videos here lately, those are the biggest things. You subscribing helps a bunch, but that like and comment will toss it out there to YouTube, which gives a whole lot of other people chances to subscribe. If y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me, man? This whole channel's about love. That's what this is about. We try to make every channel be. Even your channel. What channel you got? You got something you want to put on here? Let me know. Link it. Link it. As long as it won't get me deflatformed. As long as it won't get me kicked off here, we'll play this. Gotta find my button. Cole, appreciate it, bro. I like that one. I liked it. Personally, because I've been watching for so long, I would have liked to have more of the rapping with you, but I understand though you're trying to get the thing. And I guess, okay, y'all, this is gonna be kind of an inside joke. But he talked about it on one of the other videos I done from him. He took that outro out, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I think that's the greatest outro ever in the history of YouTube. Just because, like, that last one that he drops, you're not expecting that. Like, when I was not expecting that the very first time I heard it, because it was, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and then he threw out the go make the best day. I mean, it's just like, that just come out of left field. That's awesome. Much love and respect. I will catch y'all later on. I'm sorry this video is so long. I hope some people watch it.